That was not my idea. My idea was that give them space, give them their me time space. So yes, I mean to tell you that when you're doing something out of passion now, then you're not going to the templates, you're not going to the cookie cutter environment, as you said. This is a very founder driven, it's a very passion driven kind of a company. So whatever we do now, we do with a lot of passion.
So would you be all right if I called you an artist? This really looks like,
No, those are big words. I'm no artist, but when I conceive Frangipani, and if you will see anywhere the tagline of the signature line, I call myself not a developer, not a builder. No, I call myself a chief gardener, and I'm happy to remain that.
Sir, I'd humbly disagree with you, because when I had a tour of this community and when Vanshika told me about the kind of effort and love you've put into every single aspect of it, the only thing that I could think of is that this kind of love and dedication, I wouldn't call it obsession, I call it love and dedication, is shown by an artist towards his craft or his piece of art.
Thank you, but I can tell you I'm borderline obsessive. I'm borderline obsessive because yes, I get very personal when it comes to my community and especially my plants and or let's say the larger picture, nature. I cannot stand destroying or playing with nature. For me, nature is prime important.
So how much of an importance do you think obsession plays while building something truly great?
It's only obsession that works. If you're not obsessed with what you're doing, you can't reach greater heights. You cannot break barriers that come in front of you or situations that arise in front of you. You are not able to go past them till you're not obsessed with the end goal. So yes, obsession is very important if you want to excel.
So, deviating off topic slightly, I realized that, I mean, you mentioned that earlier that SP Group is debt free. Why is that?
Good question. So historically, I understand from my father and from my great grandfather that they never believed in taking debt. Whatever businesses they did with their own internal accruals. Okay. I heard it all, everything. Then I, at the age of 21, decided to start floriculture. And like a young, brash, aggressive person, I walk into IDBI to apply for a loan against the wishes of my father. My father said, "We'll fund it. That's not a problem." I said, "No, the times are different. Today, you're supposed to do business on borrowed funds because the cost of borrowed funds is technically cheaper." Long and short of it, I went at the age of 21, got my way through, spoke to this thing, and got a IDBI loan sanctioned and started the project. Project went bust initially, lost all that money, mounted my loan, mounted on the penal interest and with not being able to pay to the bank, and the bank's obviously arm twisting you. And then also my father says, never mind, we'll pay whatever the bank's letter has come, we'll pay all this interest penalty and let's wipe out the whole liability. It doesn't matter. Sometimes bad things, I mean, things don't go according to plan. I said, excuse me, that ain't happening. First and foremost, I've already downed your money. On top of that, now you are ready to fund the losses that the bank's loan I have taken. That was not my purpose of coming to Bangalore. My purpose of coming to Bangalore was to try and do things on my own and achieve something on my own. And I'm clearly looking at or staring at failure at the mirror, which is not why I came here and put my life, sweat, blood into it. I said, okay, give me time. Let me figure out. And we turned around the company and basically cleared all liabilities without taking a rupee from my Calcutta, from my father. I settled the IDBI loan, sat with them, did the necessary settlement, cleaned my name, cleaned my liabilities. But that day was a turning point of my life. I said, okay, it's not worth, because you can't guarantee your future. But what you can guarantee is your effort and the return that your effort is making without borrowing that money.